Hello there, my name is Naomi, and today I'm gonna be doing a little tutorial on how I draw eyes. Everyone draws eyes differently. You don't have to do them exactly like me. What I like to do is watch different videos or different photos of tutorials and just mix it up and do your little thing. So yeah, I do them like this doesn't mean you have to do them like this. You can just take some things that you like from this, then grab another video, then take other things you like about it and just mix it up. Um, First thing I want to talk about, because I had a lot of people asking me, is that either asking me or just making the comment like, "Oh, your art looks so shiny. How do you make it look so shiny?" Um, I'm gonna add photos here because I really don't know how to explain it. Um, but when it comes to shading, I don't shade to black. Usually, a lot of artists just take the same color and lower a little to the black. I don't do that. Um, Not saying it's wrong because I've seen a lot of artists do it and it looks amazing. But it all depends on how you want your art to look like. I like my art to look shiny. So I don't do that. What I do is, the color circle. It goes from yellow to blue. So let's say right now I'm drawing my character's eyes. I have blue and I have purple. So let's do the example with purple. For purple, I would drag it if I want to do the shading, the shadows. Instead of dragging it to a darker purple, I would just drag it a little to the blue. Same color, maybe I would lower it a little, really, really, really little. But usually it's just drag it to the blue. What this does is, since it doesn't have the blacks, it's gonna look shiny, it's not gonna look that dark. And if I want to do lights, I'm gonna drag that purple a little to the pink. Same thing with the other colors, like the skin right now. I would grab the color of the skin and just drag it a little down. In the color wheel, not to the black. If you're in yellow, that's the only exception I have, that I would drag it to the white, because that's like the beginning. That's You don't have anything else from the yellow. If you put it to green, you're doing a little shading. Same if you put it to red. And same if you're in dark blue. Right now her eyes are not dark blue. They're a little, I don't know what type of blue that is, because I use a lot of blues on her. But her eyes at least, I would just keep dragging it a little to the darker blue. Not on the blacks, but on the circle. But when you're in the end of the blue, then yeah, you have no other option to drag it to the blacks. But I try to not do it as much as I can. Liner wise, I always do the same liner, regardless of the style. Right now I'm doing two styles, so shading and detail one. Liner is always the same. I don't do anything different to the liner. Maybe the difference is that on self shading, I just use the color of the shading for the eyes, the eyebrows for the liner. I like to color my liner. I don't like to leave it black either, and that helps a lot too with the shine thing. um Meanwhile, in the detail style, I kind of do a little more. I kind of blend the colors. Let's say for the eyelashes, in self shading, I usually leave them black and I don't touch them at all. Meanwhile, for the detail version, when I'm drawing detailed, I usually take the lashes and take like the color of the eye and kind of put a little on the top, a little on the bottom. You're gonna see after this. You're gonna see. Um, and that's the only thing I do. I kind of blur it out. With the iris, I usually either blur it out and delete the liner from the iris, or if I'm gonna leave the iris, then I do color it the darkest of the shading. Again, everyone does eyes differently. At least my eyes, I took inspiration from multiple people. I'm gonna try to link them below in the description. But I took the things I liked from each one and kind of just mixed it up. There were things I did not like and I took them off. Like for example, the detail ones used to have a lot of circles. And instead of putting the circles, I just add additional dots. What I mean by circles is right now what I'm doing is the shines. I don't mean that. um they were like overlaid circles around the eyes. And yes, in the tutorial it looks amazing. The artist is amazing. You should totally go check them out. But at least for me, I don't like it. For me, I don't like it. And that's totally fine. Maybe what works for me is not gonna work for you. Maybe what works for you is not gonna work for me. So instead of using the circles, what I do is I add a lot of dots. Sometimes it's just dots, sometimes it's hearts. These are the circles I mean. I use a lot of dots. I use a lot of hearts, stars. It also depends on the character. Each character, I draw them differently. And again, this is just me. You don't have to do it like this. But I believe, I don't remember where I heard this, but I believe it. The eyes are the window to the soul. So I have a lot of characters, and the ones that know me or that follow me for a while now know that I'm working with a series, animated series. So I have a lot of characters. Depending on the characters is what I'm gonna draw inside. If it's a normal character, a background character, I'm just gonna do dots inside. If it's a lovable character, I'm gonna do hearts. I may mix it with dots, may not. But I'm gonna put hearts as if showing that, oh, this character is nice. This character is supposed to be a character you know you feel safe with. If the character is nice but it's not as lovable, I may use stars. Now for my villain characters, I kind of do something different. Tell me, you guys can tell me in the comments if you want a tutorial of what I do with them. I have made long ago a post on Instagram. I think it was for Halloween. And it was this type of beast with a lot of eyes. For my billings, I do that type of eye. That type of eye, I do not put dots. I do not put hearts. I do not put stars. I just do lines. It looks creepy. It looks terrifying. It took me a lot of time to do them though. But that's what I tend to do with my villain characters, evil characters, however you want to call them. And I think that gives it a little more of personality to each character. Like not every eye is the same. Same with the shape. I usually do the same shape for everyone. That's just my art style. That's just how I like it. Maybe you like to give a little different eye shape to each character instead of what I do with the dots. And that's completely fine. Again, each artist does it differently and you just gotta find the way that works for you. Anyways, this is how I do it. I really, really, really hope that you guys could take anything from this. And I really wish to see how you guys draw your eyes.